Simply became a procedural file. Black guys team in. More items, atomic timepiece, no. Let's have another atomic timepiece. So let's see over here. So hello and thank you for watching my streams, and here I played HASTE, and this is the endless mode. Currently we are at 145th and 146 now. So our current build has made us pretty much immortal as long as we didn't fall into the abyss down there. So we can practically took any damage that we face, like we can just take on these obstacles head on now. And thanks to the booster bulb, our speed and boost has constantly increasing for every run that we take. So let's see here. There's another bottle. Oops. So the flashback effect is, which now this one, the timeline refractor. So every time we took damage, that item will actually just gonna take us back into 5 seconds earlier prior to the damage taken. And actually I just want to drop that item now, since we already have the friendly looking star and the instant compensation machine, which are guaranteed us to become invulnerable every time we took some damage. Yeah. Oops. That is okay, has this close there. So yeah, the timeline, timeline refractor is just became annoying. So, oops. Let's just slow down a bit here and let's dive into the portal. Almost missed the portal there, so let's see here. Let's just grab this dangerous investment screen here, since every time we generate a sparks or pick up a spark, the friendly looking stars is gonna make us invulnerable. So with that, is making us pretty much invulnerable every time. Hopefully we can get, what is the name again? The general relativity. So that one will reduce our cooldown for every 10% boost that we have. And with that item, and with our current boost now, it's actually gonna guarantee us to proc the item continuously without having any cooldown. So, but I think we need one or perhaps two to be able to pull that, since I'm not quite sure whether the item is reducing its own cooldown or not. Oops. Strong. The item is crashing again. Let's see. So at this point we can actually just fly on top of the map without worrying about any obstacles, but doing so will make it harder for us to aim for this portal here. So let's see, what is our max speed now? I think we can easily reach 400 for now. 340, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, we've reached 400 now. So the game will gonna be glitchy when we reach 1000 meter per second, I think. So for this endless, I currently have no target on how far I will doing this, and perhaps if this one will ever ends, I'm just gonna pull another one after this. Oh, another plutonium coin will really gonna help us. And let's see. I think our energy can be pretty much full for now. That's what else do we need for our current build. So we have too many items which does not fit in our current screen here. But for the first item that I got in this run is the one that where we're using energy. It will make us invulnerable for about 1.5 seconds for each energy that we use. And with that item and the plutonium coin that we got for our second item, it's already making the first phase of this run really much more easier, and after that we just got the booster part, and when we get that item our goal will be just collecting as many sparks as we can, since the booster part will give us 3% boost for every 100 sparks that we possess. Let's see here, the loading has begun quite long. We can actually just go to the right here. So as you can see from the distance, it whoa, enter here. So we can actually sometimes see where the thing is gonna go. Like if you notice in the file, when we see either left or right, the big building will sometimes generating, like, well, we cannot see anything from for this one. Oh, there it is. So this one will go over here. Let's see what item that we can get. Impact calendar, nothing will really matter. So let's see here. Oops, the timeline recalibrator is triggering again. So we actually just want to go right here. And oops, no, let's just aim a bit and enter the portal here. It's getting quite hard to aim for the portal in the end. So let's just dash into the obstacles so that we can lose some of our speeds along the way. Like so. Oops, it's triggering again. Yeah, I hope we can just remove the item for this understuck run, since some of the items just will become nonsense later on, like the timeline recalibrator like we have will actually just gonna annoy us rather than helping us at this point. Like at this point we are pretty much invincible, but at that frame the timeline recalibrator will just gonna rock and will just rewind us to 5 seconds prior to the damage taken, and it really getting annoying when it happens. So we currently at 164. Oh, and that's happening again. Let me just go right over there. I think we're just gonna go right here. Now it's rocking again. Hit the ball, and the portal is there. So now we're on the 165. At this point, that ball in the middle will get broken when we misalign our jumps like that. Timeline refractors, none of this matters. Oh yeah, there's also this timeline recalibrator over here, which on that will gonna rewind us for 5 seconds like the timeline refractor here. So, but I don't know why, but that item will not gonna trigger when we dive in this run, so I was just trying that out and losing 2 of my hearts along the way. Let's see here. Now the ball is broken and dive there. As many sparks, so we currently have 3000 sparks in our possession, so let's try to convert that to our boost. So we currently have 900 boost from our booster poke alone, and we also got a bit more boost items, so let's just round those to be 1000 boost for now. So with 1000 boost, it did rewind it again. So with 1000 boost, while not doing any dive, we can easily reach 400 meter per second, like that. And at this point we can just actually gliding all around this map without worrying about any obstacles, but always to make sure to notice where the portal is, since when you miss that portal you have to take some U-turns, and you really don't want to miss those while diving, since you can just drop onto the abyss there. Let's see here. Let's clear that up and enter the portal again. 31,000 currently in our possessions. Here. Oops, we just broke the ball there. And we just got rewinded and we broke that ball again. The portals would be right here. And let's see. And Still haven't got the general relativity items. So when we get that general relativity, I think that's gonna cue our end of the run, since I think at that point we just gonna achieve those 1000 meters per second, and we cannot control where we're going anymore at that point. Okay, hit good, and the experimental thruster just triggered, and that item is dealing some damage to us, which triggering the timeline refactor items. So yeah, we will just gonna keep getting rewinded back over and over again. Let's see here. So like those. Oops, we just got ourselves rewind it again over there. And we got rewinded yet again. This is here. And let's see, right there. We need to take a step. So sometimes the timeline refactor just trigger, but some other time it doesn't, since it will only trigger when our friendly looking star is not giving us the invulnerability. So like the time frame is really small, but it is still there. So wait, why did we just get rewinded there? And we met this star again. So let's see what item can we get over here. Wingspan. So we currently at 175th. So that means we possess, like, divide those by 5, so we get 20, 15, 35, and with from the first initial level we also get the item, so we currently have 36 items in our possession. 2 of those are these active items, which are, one is gonna make us stick to the ground for 5 seconds, and the other one is gonna redirect our velocity to wherever we are looking. So let's see here. So the first active item, I keep forgetting what is it default again. So this one, personal gravity enhancer, when we activate it, it will actually just gonna kill us almost instantly, since when we use those with this speed that we have, we just gonna break the ground under us, and since there's no more ground, we just gonna fall into the abyss instead. While we do have the timeline recalibrator, but for some reason that item will not get triggered even though we are died from the abyss. So yeah, so far there's 2 items that I want to remove in this run. 178. So with this many obstacles, if this was the normal stage, like the normal short run, I don't think I can even finish this without the item that we currently possess. Like with this many obstacle, I can barely point out where we can even land between this. Oops, we just bonk ourselves there, and let's dive there. So yeah, the corruption is really way behind us. Oops. Oops. And let's see, timeline relation, nothing is really great, but I just grabbed the heart shake mirror instead, and currently we have 2 of them. And since our health will be guaranteed full at any time, so that means the heart shake mirror will gonna trigger every time. Like I got that mirror so that which are the items, so yeah, like this overclock medical drone get proc more often, and well, I don't think I have any more percentage based item, but there's also another item that I really want to get. I think it's the high risk investment item, which has 10% chance to generate 2 sparks for every 0.1 seconds, and if we got that item, the friendly looking star will basically gonna active everything for like every time. Let's see here. Don't miss the game. $182. So yeah, now it's got triggered. Sometimes it triggers, but some other time it doesn't. Oops. And why does he get rewinded there again? And we get rewinded yet again. So we should get another item right after this. Hopefully we can get those general relativity items. So let's wait. I think it just got delayed somehow. And let's see what item can we get over here. No. Let's just grab whatever item that we get us. So currently we have so 38 items. Yeah, we currently have 38 items in our possession. Well, we just hit that perfect landing here. Oops. Don't miss the landing here. Wait, we just got to rewind it back there. So the corruption has started to caught on to us earlier. Like in the beginning of the fragment here, you can see the cracks are starting to form like that. So let's see here. Let's just go with, we just got rewind it again. Oh, what's it? We just hit ourselves on that floating island there, and we just got rewinded yet again. So the portal is right here. 2 more. Wait, no. After this fragment, we should get another item. Yeah, this one is the 190. So at this, now we just got reminded again. So in this current patch, the endless shard will give you items for every 5 fragments, and no, we just get U-turned there. So previously it was for every 10 fragments. No, nothing right here. And the loading was becoming more and more. Let's see here. And we got rewinded yet again. Our spark is currently at 41,000, and we'll enter the portal again. And we just got rewinded again. Like, why does we get rewinded back there? And enter the portal again. We've reached 192, and currently we are in 193rd fragments, so we can barely ride this track anymore. Yeah, we can barely ride those. And we just get flung up really high. Whoa. And have to do that again. No, 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 no. Get back. So our second active item there is pretty much the instant version of Hourglass, but it won't give us any speed boost unlike the Hourglass. Well, let's see here, but it really just gonna redirect our motion instantly to wherever we are facing, like wherever the camera are pointing. Oh, the corruption has really getting turned on to us. Let's see if we can manage to reach 200. Enter here. Rocket boost, no, nothing. Well, it's getting really long now, the loading I mean. Let's see, now we just get rewind it again. And enter here. And we got to rewind it yet again. The music has getting gloomy, which indicates the corruption is right behind us. Oops, we almost missed that again. Why did we get rewinded there? And this one is really tall over here. And we just lost our heart because we went too high there. That was a really dumb decision that I made. We got rewinded yet again. Enter here. Well, if we didn't get the general relativity item, once we hit the 200 mark, I think I'm just gonna end the run and start a new one after. Since this run has getting really ridiculous so far. Let's just enter here and let's see, will this become our final let's see here and whoa, the corruption has got really fast over there. Oops, we just got rewinded again. So let's see what item do we get over here. Nah, still nothing. Well, I guess I just gonna abandon this short and do another run here. So yeah, the loading has become really long there. So we currently have 1,000 health and bunch of items. So let's just abandon our short here. We have reached fragment 200 on this endless run. So let's just try a new here. Ooh, we got 4,000 anti-sparks there, so yeah. Let's just continue there. And we just get spawned in front of the first shard. We just have to go all over there for the endless shard. And let's see here. Hopefully we can get some nice seat like we got previously. So let's just adjust the difficulty again. So let's see here. Well, this one is one felt really relaxing compared to what we've already saw earlier. We need to build our speed here so that we can outrun this corruption that we have. So let's see, avoid this bomb. And so where is the portal? Should be right around here. We've ran 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers, and it's, oh, there's the portal. So we can get timeline refractors, and I think we just gonna grab the slingshot. We need an early boost so that we can outrun this corruption here. Oops, almost hit that. Until our third fragment here. So we get back into the forest biome again. Oops. We just lost quite amount of speed. We need to build our speed back more. Oops. Oops. And we just hit that rock there. This cage again. Oops, we just hit that laser there. I think we just get safe there, and we shall get an item after this. So we're currently still in the forest biome. Oops. We somehow hit that one. Let's be careful over here. Shiny Interpin, Dynamo Treadmill. Let's grab the Dynamo Treadmill since we need those energies. Let's get onto the track over here. We can avoid this train using our ability. And since when we are running on the train, the Dynamo Treadmill will gonna give us the energy that we need to jump over those trains. Oops, no. And now it went up there. join the tracks again. Dive here. Now we can just spam our abilities with less worry, since our energy gonna get filled by the dynamo treadmill. Oops. Let's see here. Oops. And there's a sinkhole over there. We almost fell onto that. So we cannot afford to hit any of these lasers, since with our current health we just gonna lose a heart there, and since we are on the very hard mode we will not gonna get more hearts. So 4 is all that we have for this entire run. Let's see, now we need to get right there. And the portal is right over here. So we need to complete 2 more fragments to get our items. So we already get a boost item. Oh no, we hit that tree. We already get a boost item. We already have a energy item. Ideally we want to get a health regeneration item as well, but another boost item will still be great, or perhaps another energy item. Let's see. One more fragments to get our items. So, let's see here. Dive here. Here comes these missiles. I didn't saw that coming. So we just lost a heart there, but with that we got our health fully recovered. Yeah, I just didn't saw any of this laser were coming earlier. And we need to build our speed back up again. Timeline shifter intangibility is really great. It is the item which gives us invulnerability every time we use our energy. So like when we use ability like this, it will grant us invulnerability based on how much energy that we use. And in the previous run, it is the first item that we get, and along with the plutonium coin is what really carried the run for the early phase. And while we do get the booster pulp as our third item, but since booster pulp needs some times to build, like you really want to get those sparks to get like to 2000 or so to get quite used of it. And the booster pulp is really the more like late game item, and when you grab that you also want to get a spark generating item as well, so that you can constantly get sparks without ever needed to get these sparks that are in the fragments, like so. Let's see here, and dive there with our ability. I think our current build is already set now. We just need more boost items and preferably one more energy item, so that we can just keep spamming our ability along the way. Let's see. Ability. and we just got thrown out of this rail. Oh. Oh, this missile is really hard to see in this biome since they kind of blend in with these sand colors. Oh, we need more energy going. I think we just gonna have to start running or getting more perfect landings. Oops. And here comes the missiles again. Yeah. Oh, we gotta get an item after we finish this one. Rocket boost, flashback. We currently don't have any close-call items. I just grabbed rocket boots. Rocket boost is really great to have since we can just activate it every 20 seconds and it will last for 5 seconds. And even though it does not seem a lot, but in this early phase, no, pretty much we can just keep using it until the mid phase later, and those 50% boost is really gonna help us to outrun the corruption back there. And pop this back up. So as you guys see over here, when we pop the boots, our leg will gonna glow blue since we hit that, since we got the 20% boost from the slingshot and added 50% from the boots. And since we have 70% boost, the leg will gonna glow bluish color. And I think if we only have 10%, the leg will only glow orange color. So at 30%, if I remember that correctly, it will start to glow more brighter color like this one. And at 100%, it will glow white. And supposedly at 300%, the glow will gonna start becoming rainbow, or was it 500%? I'm not quite sure, but the rainbow one is gonna be the final tier for the boost particle. So we still need more energy items so that we can actually just use our ability to bypass those laser gates. I keep forgetting that we have the intangibility item. Two more runs for another item. I think with our current build we can easily reach 30. Like if we really don't mess up by hitting too many obstacles, we can actually just survive quite fine with this build until we hit 30. And let's see, and after the 30 fragment, the corruption is gonna start to increase its speed rapidly. So at that point you really want to get to 100% boost, or preferably more. Since if you don't, you will gonna be constantly chased by those corruptions. Like it will really be at your back. Oh, wait, we used our ability. Why we still get hit there? here again, and what item can we get? Clown shoes. No. We do need this energy, but I think we're just gonna grab this secret technique so that we can get more boost instead. Let's see, can we trigger? Yep, we triggered that one and we got our boost to 100, and that can be seen. Oh, I forgot to use my ability there. Yeah, since you can see there with 50% boost at the 20 fragment, the corruption has started to catch up with us. Like, those cracks are really tailing us now, and at 30 it will became much more faster than that, so that's why you really want to get it up to 100 so that you can easily outrun it and you don't have to worry about it tailing you. You can only hit C at this one. Pop our boots. Get another perfect move. Perfect landing. And this one is started to get crowded here. Oh, don't miss this jump. Ouch. And we just got flunked like that. Portal is supposed to be around here, so yeah, 3 more states for another item. This started to get really crowded over here. Oh, I think there's a slight delay when you use our abilities and the invincibility frame. Two more fragments for another item. Hopefully the item will be useful for us. Pop our boots. Perfect. One more fragment for another item. What do we have here? Oh, jackpot. I think we just gotta stick with pocket snacks since we really want to maintain our health over here so that we can take a bit of damage from time to time, since we can really easily mess things up if we ever lost our focus even for just a little bit here. And the missiles has started to get quite often now. Yeah. Oops. And we started to get low on energy as well. Start building up on our energy reserves so that we could use it later. Oh. Let's see. Our boots. As we dive, we want to use our sage coal so that it will. Oops. Whoa. We almost messed up our landing there. So if you use sage coal, you actually want to use it right when you doing a dive like that, so that you will get pushed forward instead of upward, and it will really gonna boost your speed much. And if you can mastering this technique, you can easily get like 140 or 150 meter per second. Like so, like that. So let's see here, like that. Stop our boots. We need to use our ability there, since we cannot get past through those gaps while avoiding those lasers as well. The boots is ready again, so we've almost reached the 13th fragment here. Let's just use ability to get past those. And this is our 13th fragment, and we will get another item after this. Pop our boots. We hit white sheets there. Let's see. Oh, well, that's new. It's my first time to ever see those obstacles like that. Like, it almost seems like a donut hole. Well, a reverse donut. And we've reached 30 now. Let's see what item we can. No, not this personal gravity. Either of this will be really great. Let's just grab this momentum, I suppose. Boost item is great, but those painful coil, which will get it maximum benefit if you are at low health, will gonna put you in some really risky situation, and because of that I really don't like that item, but sometimes those items is really helpful to me. Like the boost that it gave is really small compared to the risk that we need to take. Like if we only lose 10% HP, it will only give us 3% boost, while we are at 1 HP, which usually have which usually makes us lose 190 health if we are at max health upgrade, or if we, well, let's just simplify it with 100 max health. So like if you are at 100 max health, the maximum boost that the painful coil can give is 99 times 0.3, which are this almost 30%, and for me personally it's not really great, since if you want to attain those boosts, you really need to stick with 1 HP and with a slightest of touch from any of these obstacles will gonna kill your run. So if that many boots, these rocket boots over here is giving you the 50% boost, which is more than what painful coil can give. And the rocket boots only have its cooldown as a downside, and it will not get you in some dangerous situation like the we did those, but we'll recover with our bullet snack after. So yeah, the painful coil is just too risky of an item for me, so I really don't like that. And if ever be a choice between those and any other boost item, I think I still prefer the other boost items. Like the golden necklace is good, the perpetual motion machine is also good, and the shiny anchor pin will be really great if you can maintain your health full at any time. Like, oh, we're gonna get another item after this. Let's just do it again. Our energy reserve has dropped below 50% now, so we want to start accumulating more energies. And the corruption is right behind us. I'll pop our boots back. And yeah, that's why you really want to get some boots going. But our energy reserve is really low now. We really need another energy item, preferably the plutonium coin. Let's see here. Oh, no, side range, no. Let's grab simmering. And let's check our item real quickly. If we don't get any other boost items, or perhaps another energy item, I think our run will gonna end at 40 fragments. We really need to stick to this track. Oops, get that train. And our stamina has depleted. We're still able to survive that one. But our situation has getting really concerning now, since if we want to gain our energy, we actually need to do more precise landing, or we really need to stick to the ground mounts. And in most cases we have to slow down quite a bit, but if we do slow down, the rocket will gonna get onto us, and the way we can get away from it is by using our energy to do this landing ability, straight like so. So yeah, if we don't get any more energy item or boost item, I think our run will gonna end somewhere around 40 fragments. So let's see here. Let's oops. Got our boots back on. We almost got hit by a laser, but as long as it is not really hitting us, despite how close it will be, it won't be really matter. So we clear this one up. 2 more to go for another item. And the corruption has getting really fast by now. Oh, we really need to get around this. Nicely, then we can start spamming our ability back again. Oops. I was hitting that ability too late. And one more fragment. So let's see. Can we get another boost item or another energy item? Let's see if it goes. And it's another laser Coliseum. Oh, we almost hit the top one there. And that was a close one. And let's see what item did we get over here. Golden necklace, transition slingshot. Well, this one will actually be really great. 1000 on this mark here, so we only have to reach Sparkman 43 there. So wait, I think I'm just gonna do a short 10 run for this so that we can just compare how different it is to that very hard endless run. And with that, we've beaten the final machine. The run itself was much more easier than the 20, around 20 fragments of the very hard infinite spot. Oh no, very hard endless spot, but yeah, the beginning was harder, but the later was quite similar to that. So, yep, there goes. There's the ending, and let's complete our shot. So, thank you guys for watching, and perhaps see you guys later in the next video. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Let me just get a nice position, perhaps right around here, a bit further, yep, around this. Let's end our stream now. Let's end our stream. Thank you guys for watching.